sure Scooby-Doo has been a part of nearly every child's life at some point. There has been countless continuations ever since the original show debuted in 1969. To date, there has been 12 different shows, 25 direct-to-video movies, and 4 live-action movies. Scooby-Doo isn't going anywhere, for better or for worse. But just like any other pop culture phenomenon, a video game adaptation is always sure to follow. And Scooby-Doo is no exception, going all the way back to an Intellivision game back in 1983. So, on the entire Scooby-Doo library, I decided to go with Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. Now, is this a hidden gem that we all missed in our younger age? Or is this rightfully so to be lost in just another cash grab of corporate Scooby-Doo America? Well, I guess we'll have to try out the good old DOSBox 2016. Shit. Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers was released on November 30th, the year 2000 for the N64 and was published by the Master of Children TV show tie-ins, THQ. And they were developed by Terraglyph Interactive Studio. Who? Well, doing my intensive review research, and by that I mean I Googled it, my search showed that Terraglyph's Interactive Studios only developed a very sparse amount of games, this game being one of them, and it might be no coincidence that the company stopped operating only after 1 year of this game's release. Are you serious? I've seen Flash games with better title screens than this. Let this set the frame of mind for the game that is ahead of us. The game consists of similar plots from the 1969's cartoon with a unique twist thrown in, where our meddling kid foils the plots of classic Scooby-Doo villains. This game is relatively short with only 4 levels, which are in an episodic format. Well, we start the game off where Shaggy and Scooby have just seen a scary movie, no less, and are on their way back through a spooky one-way street to meet up with the gang. But then the plot gets in the way and a truck crashes in the distance. And this is where you get your first taste of the controls, and oh boy, this is when you realize that the controls for Shaggy are pretty clunky. You know you have a problem when walking straight is half the challenge of going down a straight road. I am only 30 seconds into this game, and I can only fathom what kind of inconveniences these controls will have on me later in the game. Well, we find our clues from the crashed truck, which includes an invoice on a clipboard to the museum with the name Our Necros and a handkerchief with a W embroidered on it. And with nothing else to do here, we take our shit and get out of here and go directly to the museum, where we are parked very suspiciously hidden on the side of the museum. Even though it's pretty late out, the museum curator, Mr. Good Old Scooby-Doo fashion, is of course around way past hours of the museum, just to tell us about the Black Knight Ghost, and that we should probably leave. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's trying to scare us away with malicious reasons. I mean, hey, I'm just a stupid meddling kid. What would I know? I mean, look at me. Do I look like somebody who would know something? I mean, it's not like they introduced a villain in the beginning of every Scooby-Doo episode. I'm sure they wouldn't do that here as well. Except they totally fucking would. Well, anyway, seeing that solving the mystery of an unknown crime is among us, breaking and entering is okay. Remember, kids, as long as you're the hero, you can do whatever you want. Smashing an excessive amount of pots and stealing the money within? Go go right ahead. Obviously, there was no reason why they were hiding it there in the first place. Like stealing a Pokemon from somebody's house? Sure, you'll obviously make better use of it than they ever would. Someone left their lunch out on the table? Go on, eat it. It's not like it's gonna have any repercussions on you at all. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, I think I might go to jail.
He's an asshole.
So the only way in is into the second story window. And our only obstacle is a rather portly security guard that even Paul Blart puts to shame. You just got blarted. Oh, hold on, is that a thing? Yes it is. And now I have something to do after this game. So after putting the slip on him, he seemingly has no will of chasing you after leaving the second floor. You let the rest of the gang in, and just like if it's Scooby-Doo fucking clockwork, the lights go off. Everyone freaks out, and Velma just ups and vanishes right off the screen. The lights come back on, and this is when you can start looking for clues. And what I mean by that is start picking up random items that the game allows you to get that conveniently glow so you know that it is important. And I tell you, it's a good thing that Fred is around to tell us what's a clue or not, because some of these items make no sense of why they're clues. For example here, the paintbrush clue indicates that the museum's paintings are being counterfeited. Yeah, the brush is the clue, not the counterfeit paintings all in the background here. Other kinds of items that you can hand over to Fred are considered trap items, which are used at the end of each level to finish the mystery. And, of course, even if you find all the trap pieces, the game does not allow you to move on until you found all the necessary clues to trigger the end of the level. Other than the clue and trap items, there are one more item that I would like to refer as stealth items. Fred tells you to hold on to these just in case you try to hand them over to him. Yeah, because, firewood's a cool, but charcoal, you should probably hold on to that, Scoob. I don't know, it'd be useful probably. Yeah, let's let the pothead and his dog do all the work in mystery solving. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. What these trap items do is throws the monster off your trail while he's chasing you in one specific area, so you can explore the area unbothered later on. Damn, Scooby and Shaggy sure do know how to MacGyver their way out of a tight spot. And for gameplay, that's pretty much it. No, seriously, that's all. I promise you, I'm not holding back. All you do is tirelessly run around looking for shiny items to pick up and run them back to Fred, avoid the monster, hide, and then set up a trap. That's it. The only thing left to talk about is the story. The loosely rushed together one that they made up in a weekend's time to shit this game out. Well, to finish up this level, we captured a Black Knight and, surprise! It's Mr. Wickles. No one saw that coming, right? Oh, wait, no, I did. I spoiled it. Sorry. Mr. Wickles, as mentioned earlier, was counterfeiting famous paintings to sell them on the black market for his boss, R. Necros, as indicated by the invoice clue. Okay, to spare you from antagonizing boredom, I'll just briefly explain levels 2 and 3. I mean, not like there's much to talk about anyway. Alright, so our next level is off to another Scooby-Doo classic at the ski lodge where you must tackle the snow ghost. And Mr. Greenway is here, and he's here to tell us about the terrorizing snow ghost of the lodge. And even the owner, Mr. Fu Chu Lee, has vanished mysteriously. Well, after running through snow mazes and the worst chase section I've ever played, you find another invoice to R. Necros, who of course is behind the plot again. Finding the owner, Fu Chu Lin, and foiling the snow ghost, and you finish the level. The next level is pretty much the same thing, except swap snow for a sandy beach level. And just to quickly move things along here, the first person you meet at the level is resort owner, of course. And he's the villain, and once again, the villain's tied to our Necros. Okay, crime lord, we're done. Well, come on, let's move on. Let's just get this done with. Come on, you don't want to watch this anymore, I bet. Most of you have probably clicked off by now. And I don't blame you. the final level is nothing special either. I don't want you to think this was all building up to something grand here. So the beginning of the level, everyone is abducted by shadowy figures, and of course, it's up to Shag and Scoob to save the day once again. It's just your typical Scooby-Doo scary castle. It's got creepy graveyards, prison cells, and tentacles guarding the front door? Oh. Bailing on this, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. By the way, why is the mystery machine here? We were all abducted. Why would they bring us away to escape? Well, you find the clues you need to capture the criminal, our Necros, which, why are we needing clues to stop the man who kidnapped us all? And what makes even less sense are the clues, which are only the masks to the previous level's monsters. I really think at this point they were just stretching the final level with no idea on how to fill it. Well, you find your clues and trap pieces, catch the crime lord, and drive off in good old Scooby-Doo fashion.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
And seeing that the tentacle monster is gone, we can only assume he has claimed the poor unlucky soul and taken him to his hentai den.